What's going on, guys? Matt over here with Lethal Camaro, and today I want to create a new car wash video. Now, many of you guys know I have been tried and true with the two bucket method. Now, I love that car wash method, but I had a friend recently from Corey's Creative Detailer, or Details. I'll put his link down below. He basically challenged me. He's like, why are you still using that method? And I was like, well, because it works and I don't get scratches. He's like, have you ever tried a touchless wash? And I was like, yeah, those don't work. And he's like, let me show you. So he showed me, and I was fairly impressed. Now, I was so impressed, I went down to Clarity1 and picked up the same soap that he was using. And I also did a second step, which is basically putting a hydrophobic coating on my car with Hydro O2 foam. So it was actually a two-step process. Now, I'm not going to do the Hydro O2 foam in this video because that doesn't necessarily pertain to a touchless wash. It actually just allows, it's almost like a ceramic coat in a sense, but not. It's a hydrophobic coating on your vehicle that makes it easier to wash your car and makes it so things don't stick to your car. So in this instance, I'm going to show you guys how I now do my touchless wash and keep the car clean literally without touching it. Now, I get a ton of people like, well, your car's never super dirty, so how are you going to prove that this actually works? So that's true. Yes, I wash my car once a week. It never gets completely filthy, but I washed it before the weekend on Thursday, and then leading through the weekend, it got pretty dirty driving around. And then on top of that, I was at BJ's Bar and Grill, and a sprinkler literally threw up all over my car, leaving dirty marks. And here, let me show you. And it's probably hard to get, but you could see the dirt on there, hopefully. You can see the car's pretty dirty right now. It looks like this all over the vehicle. But it's still shiny because my base coat and everything that I've done with my car and following all my processes and steps has kept my car pretty clean. So I'm gonna go through right now. I'm gonna show you the steps, talk you through it, show you how it's done, and then show you the car when it's done without taking a cloth or a wash mitt to wash the vehicle. Now, what I do, and I will follow up, is I will put either a Bead-Maker or I will follow up with an Adams Detailer H2O Gloss Guard. I haven't quite decided for this wash, but we'll get to that when we get there. So let's do it. Okay, I got the car in position, but let's go over the items that you need to get this done. So I'm using Clarity1's Sano Suds. It's a vehicle car wash shampoo. It's probably the best pH balanced shampoo I've ever seen. And on top of that, it just breaks down dirt and grime and stuff really well. Other things I am using P&S Sales Brake Buster. I'm using this to clean my wheels. And then I have my foam cannon. This is currently 3/4 of the way filled with warm water. And I'm gonna add a little bit of soap to it. Actually, we'll just go ahead and do that now. So this is a ton of soap. Let me see if I can adjust this. Oh god, camera's breaking. There we go, let's get an angle. So literally I'm just gonna start pouring in 1, 2, 3. There you go. That's about it. So not a ton of soap, but I get that in there. I'm gonna put the lid on, I'll shake it up, and it will be good to go. The next major component in this wash is a pressure washer. Now, this is the Ryobi 1.2 gallon per minute or 1,700 PSI unit. Now, if this was a Christmas present my wife got me, and no offense to her, but I probably would have gone a step up, either 2,000 plus range, upwards of 2 gallons per minute. This one will get the job done. It's fairly inexpensive compared to the other ones out there, but you know, just keep that in mind. But you will need a pressure washer. So this is my water deionizer. Now, depending on what area you live in the country or where you're at, you may or may not need to use one of these. Out here in Southern California, our hard water is super hard. Tons of minerals, tons of everything. I actually burn through these canisters pretty quickly. It lasts about 20 car washes. So our water is pretty hard out here. But outside of that, if you have a deionized system hooked up to your home or anything like that, you can use that. You won't have to worry. But in this instance, I'm just hooking this up to keep my water nice and soft, and it also prevents water spotting and stuff like that on the vehicle, so I could take my time in drying it off or just let it air dry. So I will start on my car. I'm not going to rinse it. I'm not going to do anything to it. I'm literally just going to hook up the soap, and let the soap sit on the car for about 3 minutes. So let's get right on into it. And so one other thing I want to highlight, my wheels really aren't that dirty. It's just my car got covered in rainy, hard, wasn't rainwater, a sprinkler exploded on my car and got super dirty. And then dirt just coated the water. Not pretty. So I'm not going to use wheel cleaner, I've decided, and after looking at my wheels, they're just a little bit dusty, so I'm just going to rinse them off with soap and should be good to go. So I got my soap in here, shanking it up, mix it up. Get a nice soap, now let's coat it. Okay, so I've coated the car in the foam. You can see it's nice and thick on there. And it stays on the car pretty nicely. You can see that rear. And if you look closely, you can actually see the dirt coming up through the soap. It's pretty cool. But let's talk about what this stuff won't do, because there's going to be a lot of people who might want to try this out, and I want to make sure you understand how it works. Now, my car in itself was not completely and utter, whoa, what the heck is my camera doing? My car in itself was not covered in bird poop and guts and bugs and all that kind of stuff. This stuff will loosen that, but it will not completely take that kind of stuff off your vehicle. Now, if you want that done, you need to do a little prep. You can use an all-purpose cleaner. You can use something like that and kind of spray down those areas that are covered in bird poop, guts, stuff like that. But a quick spray on with this stuff is not going to deal with that. You're going to have to prep that ahead of time. Now, if you're wondering why some areas have basically soap just came right on off of it, primarily it's because of the hydrofoam 2 coating that's on my vehicle. But where it is sticking is where the dirt was, and it's attacking that dirt, getting right on into it, taking it out. So it's pretty cool. Now that I let this sit on the car, I'm gonna let it sit for another minute, but the next step is literally rinsing the car off. Okay, car's rinsed and clean. Let's go check out the one spot that we were looking at that was super dirty. Look at that bumper. It is spotless. Now it's time to dry. And because I'm a man who's never happy with just a soap shine, I am gonna follow up with a Bead-Maker coat on the car just to make it pop even more. I've decided it's a little too hot and sunny to do the Bead-Maker out there. It's just drying too quickly. So I'm gonna pull the car in and finish it inside once the paint kind of cools off, since it's been sitting outside. Okay, now just letting the car cool off from being in the sun, and then we'll finish the Bead-Maker. Okay guys, so again, touchless wash. I basically, you guys saw, soaped up the car, let it sit, power washed it off, and blew it dry. That is my definition of a touchless wash. The washing aspect of it was touchless. The car, when done, was perfectly clean. Again, this product is not going to take off hardened bird poop, hardened hard water, hardened bug splatter on the front of your vehicle. Those kind of things you need to prep ahead of time with an all-purpose cleaner or something like that that will eat away into those items and lift them off your clear coat. Now, this will loosen that kind of stuff really well. I've noticed like light, I don't even know if it's bird poop, but I almost would call it insect poop, but you know, those little orangey yellow stripes you'll get, or those dots on your car. I've noticed if I let the soap sit long enough, it will lift that off the car, and with the pressure washer, we'll clean it right off. But again, you need to prep those areas. So if your car's really dirty or hard water or anything like that, prep the areas first, then follow the process I outlined. Now, the other side of it is this is not going to get your windows perfectly clean. It will get them clean, but it's not going to break down. For some reason, I will say the soap doesn't break down the grime and stuff off the windows like it does a clear coat. I don't know why. Maybe it's a product on my windows, but I've noticed I do have to clean the windows afterwards just to get those extra bug splatters or whatever hit my window. The other side of things, I guess, kind of going back a little bit, like if you have tire residue or tar or anything like that on the bottom of your vehicle, this stuff will not peel that off. Again, you need to pre-treat stuff like that. This is a great touchless wash. So basically, if you prep your paint, get a good wax, get a good sealant, or you ceramic coat your car, follow up and just, you know, clean it with this shampoo moving forward, and don't let your car get completely filthy dirty. If your car has chunks of mud on it and stuff like that, you may have to follow the process more than once. You might have to soap up your vehicle once, twice, maybe even 3 times, and let it sit and eat into that heavy dirt. But I'll tell you, based on what you saw in my car, the dirt I saw was on my vehicle, that was a 1 setup, let it sit for 2-3 minutes, and then pressure wash it off. Now, some people go, well, can I do it without a pressure washer? You're not going to get the same results. The benefits of a pressure washer, it kind of acts as if you're agitating it with a towel or something like that. Now, in most cases, the light dirt, even the heavy dirt, as I showed you, the dirt kind of lifts through the soap. I've never seen that on a lot of products, and I'm sorry, it's really hot. It's like 90 degrees out, and I've been going full bore cleaning. You could see the dirt lift up, but outside of that, a quick pressure washer and stuff like that gets it off. The one thing I notice when I don't use a pressure washer is you get like a hazy residue on your vehicle. I'm not a big fan of that, so if you're not planning on doing a pressure washer, don't follow these steps, or don't be shocked if you don't get the same results. But outside of that, I think it works pretty good. It's Sano Suds by Clarity1. I put a link down below. I bought this soap full price. I was challenged by a car detailer who was using this soap. He came over to my house. He did a quick touchless wash on my car, and I was pretty impressed. I was like, how do you do that? What products did you use? And he told me what it was, Clarity1. And so I went down literally the same day. I bought the soap and I tried it out myself. And this is my 4th time using it, and I've gotten the same results every time, and I've been very pleased with the product. So, and in doing so, I posted a couple times on Instagram, and the company actually reached out to me and said, hey, if you're interested, here's a coupon code that you can offer to users who may be interested in checking out car wash soap. So they gave me a 10% discount coupon. It's lethal10. You can go to Clarity1. I believe it's clarity1.net, but again, the link's down below in the description. But it works. It does really well. So if you're looking for a new car shampoo, or you're not very happy with the shampoos that you've been using, I encourage you to give them a try. It doesn't really take that much shampoo. Again, I have a gallon. I've washed 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cars with it, and I've barely even tapped into it. Here, I don't know if you guys could see the bottle, the jug over there. It's right there. I mean, it's not even to the lower portion. So it's gonna last a long time. But outside of that, I've just been very pleased with the product. So I don't know, if you want to come over and check it out, I will personally wash your car and show you what this soap can do. If you don't want to check it out, that is your prerogative. It's just another product I checked out. Again, I paid full price for this product. I got no discount. I'm not getting anything for doing this video. It's me stumbling upon a product that someone mentioned. I purchased it, and I wanted to share it with you guys because I think it works pretty good, and I'm a big fan of checking out products, and if I like them, I want to share them with you, and if I don't like them, I want to tell you why I don't like them, and hopefully save you a few dollars in wasting money on those products. So, but again, I'm a big fan of, again, the P&S Sales Brake Buster for cleaning my wheels. Same with Adams. Adams Polishes Wheel Cleaner does the same exact thing. So if you have Adams products, I still believe that is Adams and P&S Sales. They're some of the best products in regards to cleaning your wheels. I'm still a big fan of Bead-Maker, not necessarily because of the coating. It does add a hydrophobic coating that lasts about a week, but I like the extra polish it gives to the car. I think it really makes it pop. That's why I use it just about every time I wash my car, and I do wash my car once a week at this point. And I still use Adam's Tire Shine. I still think they're one of the better tire shine products on the market. Put it on your car, let it sit for an hour. You're not going to get any slinging or anything like that. If you're looking for a product that doesn't sling right away, it might not be for you. So just throwing that out there. But outside of that, I think it's worked pretty good. I like it. I still use Adam's Detail Spray for touch polish and cleaning. But yeah, so either or, let me know what you guys thought of the video. If you guys enjoyed this content, hit that subscribe button. If not, likes, comments, shares are appreciated. Check out Lethal Garage swag down below and all the other social channels. If you guys are interested in following me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, etc., all the links are down there. But until next time or next video, I do hope to see you on the road.